welcome to day 3. I know on day 3 y'all learning about how Jesus was betrayed, but I can tell you who was not betrayed. Today in missions, we're going to go to New York. Actually, we're going to go to Brooklyn, and we're going to meet Brandon, whose dad is a missionary there in New York, and he's planting a fantastic church right in the middle of Brooklyn. So let's go to New York, to Brooklyn, and meet Brandon and see what's going on there.
I'm Juan Kwok. I'm the Sun City Missionary of New York City, and I'm in charge of looking for people to plant churches in our great city. New York City has a lot of history, and it has a lot of history with churches. So when we're looking for the right place to plant a church, we've got to do a lot of digging. And that means digging and poring over information and maps and numbers. We do that because we want to find the right people, the right person to plant these churches. So it's a lot of work, and thankfully we found the right people to plant a church in a neighborhood in Brooklyn called Bed-Stuy.
My name is Brandon Watts. I'm 17 years old and I live in Brooklyn, New York. I haven't always lived here. I used to live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I liked it in Philly. My dad had a job there, we had a nice house, some friends, and most importantly, a car. 5 years ago, my dad came to Brooklyn to start a church called Epiphany Brooklyn. When we first moved here, I wasn't very happy about it. I had to go to a new school, make new friends, and I had to live in an apartment. And if I want to go anywhere, I had to either take the city bus or the subway. But eventually, I got pretty good at getting around the city, and I like being a part of my new church, and I have some new friends. And now our church is 5 years old, and a lot of people are coming to hear about Jesus. But when the church first started, there weren't very many people. My brother and I were one of the few workers who showed up to help every Sunday. Over the years, I've had a lot of jobs there, like setting up chairs, running slides, and I even help out with kids service.
Y'all don't understand it because y'all...
Philly seems like a long time ago now. At our church, we say we exist to join Jesus in his mission to redeem our city. Now, I want to help with that in Brooklyn.
Fantastic, all the wonderful work Brandon, his brother, and his dad is doing in Brooklyn, New York. Well, guess what? We're not done yet because we're going internationally again to London, and we're going to learn how the International Mission Board is spreading the good news of Christ in the city of London.
This is Kahala, a coffee shop in East London. Here, IMB missionaries and local believers serve the community both coffee and the good news of Jesus Christ. Kahala is a mix of 2 Hebrew words, which means life in the community. IMB missionaries and local believers were trying to figure out ways to build relationships, create community, and share the good news with this diverse community. So they came up with this fully functioning coffee shop in the Brick Lane area of East London. Kahala is described by those who have worked or served in it as an atmosphere of welcoming hospitality, a place where relationships can be built, a place where community happens, a relaxed environment where natural conversations just happen. At the centre of the coffee shop is this faith community. People who are living life together as the people of God by challenging each other to live out the word of God and tell others about Jesus.
You can just feel when you walk in a real sense of the Spirit. It's not just about turning up to Sunday and then that's your week. It's about producing these little bubbles of communities just to try and really bring people that wouldn't necessarily step into a church.
The coffee shop uses supper clubs, book clubs, poetry nights, music nights and quiz nights, all to bring in people to the coffee shop and build relationships and show the love of Jesus.
I think the best thing we can do at Kahala is literally love every single person, whether that down to the coffee that you give someone.
And so the idea within that then is this faith community. The way that we achieve the Great Commission, which is to go and make disciples of all nations, is to do it through obeying the Great Commandment, which is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and to love your neighbour as yourself.
Great what's going on in Brooklyn, New York, and in London. Man, it warms my heart to know that the gospel is still alive. And the International Mission Board and the North American Mission Board are making sure that the message of the gospel gets out there. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow on day 4 when we learn how Jesus died and rose again. I'll see you tomorrow.